C'est un homme qui repeint le monde et la mode à grands traits de couleur. Avec Paul Smith, l'élégance est joyeuse et pas snob pour un sou. À l'image de ce pétillant britannique de 70 ans, passionné de photos, de rock et de cyclisme, au point de consacrer un livre à ce sport dont il ne se lasse pas de parler entre deux confidences sur ses plaisirs de cinéphile. So, dear Paul Smith, people know you as a brilliant fashion designer, but maybe they don't know that your first love was cycling,
yeah.
That you dreamt of being a professional cyclist. And this amazing book is really a love letter.
Before the age of 11, I was only at a very average school. And then at the age of 11, my dad bought me a bicycle. And then suddenly I was out and there was no parents. And it was just, I was just alone. And then I started racing, and then you learn about teamwork and you learn about the beautiful actual bike itself. Then you learn about competitive spirit, and there's just lots of things I learned suddenly. But then, after a bad crash, I got into the world I'm in now, which is the world of creativity and fashion.
What I really enjoyed reading the book is your love for Poulidor. How do you explain this love for the challenger, the outsider who never wins?
Well, I think the British, we often like what we call the underdog, you know, the person that never quite gets there. Personally, in my job, I've never wanted to be number one, because there's only one place you can go if you're number one, and that's down.
The point of this interview is to get to know you through the relationship you may have with cinema, films, and also TV series. So maybe we could start with cycling, because there have been a few movies about it. The last one was The Program by Stephen Frears.
Yes.
Did you see the movie?
Well, Stephen is a friend of mine, good friend of mine, and in fact I advised a lot on that film. But I said I didn't want anything to do with a drug man, so I kept away from that. And I haven't even seen the film. I haven't seen any cycling films because, you know, when you're passionate, it's like if you see a film about painting, you say, we don't paint like that, you know. And then with the cycling, you know, we don't, no, that's wrong, that's wrong. So I think it's always good to not see things that, like a film on fashion or something, turns into something else.
So how did it start when you were this young boy growing up? Do you remember the first movie?
So my love of film is really from a long time ago, from when I was younger. And so in my hometown of Nottingham, there was a really good art, I suppose you call it art cinema. So in those days, I used to see all the things that you're supposed to see that I had absolutely no idea what they were about. The Last Days in Miriambad, and obviously the ones I did understand were like Jean Cocteau, which is fantastic, all the Cocteau with the surrealism and amazing cinematography and great shots, you know.
Deux mondes essaient de se compénétrer. Le monde de la vie et le monde de la mort. Ils ne le peuvent pas et c'est le drame.
Aimez-vous cet homme? Aimez-vous cet homme?
Oui.
And then later on, obviously, David Lynch with Eraserhead and that amazing haircut of the guy, you know, it's like, which is crazy with all the pens in the top pocket, you know, and things like that. Then I got seduced by all the films from your country, from Truffaut, Godard.
Regarde.
Et qu'est-ce que tu vois?
Visage d'un type qui va se jeter à 100 à l'heure dans un précipice.
You had John Paul Belmondo in the grey jacket, white shirt, red tie. And...
Marianne.
Tu as déjà tué un homme, Pierrot.
Pourquoi tu demandes ça?
Parce que ça te fera un sale effet, va.
Is there an actor you totally admire?
I mean, obviously Daniel Day-Lewis is very special. I've had situations where Daniel has called me and he's in character, you know, he's in the middle of making a movie or is working towards a movie, and I'm on the phone and I don't believe it's him because the way he's in character, and you know, then I have to do like a little trick about asking about his mum or his girlfriend, you know, something which I know only he knows, and then I realise, oh, it is Daniel.
Abolishing slavery settles the fate for the millions now in bondage. An unborn millions to come.
It's either the amendment or this Confederate peace. You cannot have both.
Slavery, sir. it's done.
I mean, a lot of my friends who are clothes designers, but they do clothes more for the red carpet. They were in love with all those Hollywood movies, you know, Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers and all the extravagant costumes. And then the ones I was more interested in was with Audrey Hepburn, you know, Breakfast at Tiffany's, all that, wearing all the Givenchy. And because she was very elegant, very petite. My girl that I tend to design for women, it tends to be more of a boyish figure, more petite rather than more sort of red carpet girl. Catherine Hepburn, she said that you can only be a modern girl if you dress like a boy. So that was perfect for me because, you know, she was in trousers so she could move around and a shirt so she could move around, and she had such personal style.
If one day you were to be an actor, what would be the director you would enjoy to be
gosh.
directed by?
That's the difficult one. I mean, the young director who's done La La Land...
Damien Chazelle.
Yeah, did you see the film before about the drummer?
Sure, Whiplash. I don't know.
Whiplash, yeah, he's fantastic. That's very powerful. And the fact that a director like that can go from something which is so about obsession to something that's La La Land is very impressive.
You don't have a break coming up, do you?
I'm off in 10 minutes.
I'm gonna have my own club. We're gonna play whatever we want, whenever we want.
In a few words, could you tell me what kind of audience are you in front of a film?
I think often movies can make you cry because we're all running at this ridiculous pace. We're all obsessed by texting, Facebook, Instagram, and it's completely unnecessary most of the time. So I think if you get taken into a different world through a movie, then that's when you could easily just let your guard down and get emotional.
Well, thanks again.
Thanks a lot.
A real pleasure.
Thank you.
Sir.
Oh, you're welcome.